प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य महाणीस्थ श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om. May my speech be firmly established in my mind. May the mind too be firmly established in my speech. O self-effulgent Lord, be revealed in my consciousness. May the truths of the scriptures come to me. May what I learn from them never forsake me. Let me live my life day and night according to their teachings. I shall speak what is appropriate. I shall speak the truth. May that protect me. May that protect the teacher. Om. Peace. 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 Let us feel our true divine nature in our heart. As a steadily burning candle flame. Let us concentrate on that. As the concentration increases, that flame alone remains. The whole universe of forms and names has merged in this flame of pure consciousness. I am divine. There is no I, but only divine. I am that. I am beyond time, space and causation. I am perfection itself. There are no desires, for I am bliss itself. I am peace itself. Om. Peace, peace, peace. We have assembled in this new room the study of Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and let us begin with our opening chant. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam Kavibiriditam kalmashrapaham Shravanamagalam Srimadhathatam Bhuvi grinanti te Bhurida jana. So today we plan to look at the playground of Sri Ramakrishna's this divine play. There were many playgrounds, but the one most prominent is the Dakshineswar Kali temple. And in the beginning, in the first chapter, actually, M, the chronicler of the Gospel, has given a detailed exposition of this temple garden of Dakshineswar. We shall take a PowerPoint look at what this temple premise is, how it looks. Many of you, I am sure, have visited that place. If somehow some have not visited, you can soon find a way to visit. That will be great. So, Sri Ramakrishna lived here for close to 29-30 years. So, except for some visits to his hometown, birthplace, Kamarpukur, he was mostly here. And let us take a look at that. Many of the pictures that you will see have been taken from Swami Chaitananda's new book on Sri Ramakrishna, a divine plane pictures. Of course, some other pictures I have taken from Google in general. But so this is this chapter has not been included by Swami Nikhilananda in the translation that we are going to study in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. So this I have taken from the Kathamrita, the English translation of the original, the same title, Kathamrita, published by M. Trust. It is so that translation includes this chapter. So we shall, while we shall for all other things mostly read from Swami Nikhilananda's Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, since this chapter is not there, we shall read it from this book along with the PowerPoint. So this is the Dakshineswar Kali temple that you are seeing. Let's see if the VNC appears
no, VNC
or
will
not.
not connect.
Huh?
It will not connect. We haven't configured your machine with this laptop.
Oh, so I have to see like this, okay.
At least for today.
At least for today, okay, if I have to. So this is the Kali temple there, and this was built, the construction was complete around 1855, and it was inaugurated by the inaugural worship was done according to the advice of Sri Ramakrishna's elder brother, Ramakumar. So Ramakumar was appointed the priest here. I am not going into the details of the history, how he happened to be instrumental in getting this temple inaugurated. And then Sri Ramakrishna also came here later after the passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, passing away of Sri Ramakumar. Sri Ramakrishna was appointed as the priest of this Kali temple. So there is this campus of Kali temple is they usually, as M describes here, that it is Sunday today, the bhaktas are free, so they are coming in numbers to Kali temple in Dakshineswar to see the Paramahamsa Deva. The door is open to all. Thakur freely talks with all the visitors. Sadhus, Paramahamsas, Hindus, Christians, Brahmos, Shaktas, Vaishnavas, and men and women all visit him. Blessed you are, Rani Rasmani. It is because of your virtuous merit that such a beautiful temple has come up. And besides, there is such a living image. People are able to come here to meet and worship this great spiritual personality. that is Mother Kali and Sri Ramakrishna. Both have their presence there. So this is how you can see. The picture is of course much, I will show you a contemporary picture of this Dakshineswar campus, but this is the modern picture. These days the temple is so crowded, as you can see. Literally hundreds of thousands of people visit here. No exaggeration, friends. It is on a special day the number could swell. So this is you can see the long lines of devotees. So but at the time of Sri Ramakrishna, the number of visitors was not so big. Even on a festive day, it wouldn't be such long lines. So this is, you can see the image of Mother Kali there, and please go to the next one. Now Prithvish has to, I will just do like this, okay, and you go to the next one.
All right.
Yeah. So there is this picture. It is from 1880s. It is an engraving. It is not a photograph. So, but very nicely done, very skillfully done. So, then there is what you see, there is this temple, and there is this staircase going into the waters. There is a porch of entry there. Many people used to visit the temple by boat. It is right on the Ganges, and by taking a boat or a canoe, people would visit, and this was the landing for them. This was called Chandani. So I will show you more picture of that Chandani. So this is actually where you see most visitors came. You will see later. So, please, the next one. So this is the temple. The temples there have what is called a porch, not exactly porch, a hall connected to it. That is called Nata Mandir. So in classical Bengal temple designs, there is the main sanctum area, the worship room actually, where there is the image of the deity is installed, and there is a space in between, and then there is a hall for devotees who want to meditate and sit or sing, because this is a twofold function that happens, that those who just come for offering worship to the deity, they don't go to this hall, Nat Mandir, and they go to this the temple, and then from the main shrine area, and then they offer their worship and can go away. Also they do a circumambulation. So therefore for circumambulation the path is left free there from the devotees who would be sitting and singing and or meditating or reading something. So that is this hall. This hall is called Nat Mandir. So you will, while reading the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, we will come across the mentions of many of these things. Even now in Bengal, many temples, like even Sri Ramakrishna's temple in Kamarpukur, has a similar structure. There is a shrine, and then there is this hall where people sit for meditation and so forth. So, but Belur Math doesn't have this style, and they are connected. The shrine area and this hall, prayer hall, Nat Mandir, they are together. They are not, there is no gap between them. So you can see the construction of Nat Mandir in any temple is such that from that Nat Mandir, that prayer hall, you still can see the deity. It is not so very clearly, but you still can get an unobstructed vision if you are there in a special position, in special spot. Many times I myself have taken this darshan. I have prayed to Divine Mother from this Nat Mandir because too many people were there crowding in the main temple. So, so instead of elbowing my way or standing in line for it, I went to this Nat Mandir, and from there I prostrated before the Divine Mother. So this is that place. So it is. Then there is some other temples there. Please, this I need not.
The clicker should work, right?
Huh?
Yeah, click.
The clicker should work.
Now
You
it
have to
should
press the thing on the side forward.
The clicker
Okay,
should work.
clicker will work, only the VNC will not work. Okay. So, I was telling you about the Chandani Ghat earlier, the landing for the boats, and this is also used not for landing of the boats only, but for devotees to take bath there. There is another such ghat. People, it is a very auspicious act to take a dip in the holy waters of Ganges. So this is a place that is used for that, and also further northwards there is another such bathing ghat called Bakulatala Ghat. So Holy Mother used to go there. That is frequented, in a way kind of reserved for women to take dip there. So now we shall see another that, this is the Radha Kanta temple or Radha Krishna temple. Radha Krishna, they are two names, and Radha Kanta temple means, Kanta means the one who is wedded to Radha. So Radha Kanta. So it is, that is this temple, and there is this image of Radha and Krishna there, as you can see. It is just adjacent more or less to the Kali temple is this. So there is a very special feature here, and those who have read the life of Sri Ramakrishna, they know about this, that there was an incident when the foot of the Krishna's image developed a crack. It broke. So now the broken image cannot be worshipped. So it was decided that, well, let a new image be made. And so, but before that, Mathur Babu and Rani Rasmani thought that, well, let us consult Sri Ramakrishna before, let us know his opinion. And he opined that, well, what? that deity is a living thing. If suppose this Rani's son-in-law's foot break, so does it mean throw him out and get another son-in-law? No, you treat it, repair it. So Sri Ramakrishna himself repaired. That repaired image is worshipped in a separate room. Actually, the repaired image by Sri Ramakrishna was in the main this shrine here, but then later on a new one was put there replacing this, but this was still kept in an adjacent room where you can see that is that broken foot that in the inset you can see that broken foot of the repaired by Sri Ramakrishna. If you look carefully, there you will not be able to notice that it was repaired. He did it so skillfully. So this is the here the Gospel or the Kathamrita says there is a cemented courtyard to the east of the Chandani, and then there are the 12 temples that we saw previously. In the previous slide we saw that. They are not working.
Previous.
What happened?
The thing on the side, there's
yes.
a little button on the side that has to go forward.
Oh, this side button, not the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, that just turns it on.
Okay. Okay. So this is...
Previous slide, you want previous slide?
let me see. It is...
And then you
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do one thing.
Okay, go to the
Just-
previous slide.
Just get
That
previous,
Chandani Ghat slide.
Yeah.
So here you can see these small Shiva shrines. There are 12 Shiva shrines, kind of 2 rows of 6. So it is that is what is mentioned here, that to the north is the temple of Radha Krishna. Now show that one, Radha Krishna temple. Yeah. So this Radhakanta temple. Exactly to its south is the temple of Mother Kali that we saw already. And so a little, it is just adjacent, nothing, not a very big gap. So in the Radhakanta temple, the idols of Radha and Krishna face west. One enters the Kali, the Dakshina Kali, that Bhavatarini's face, it faces it faces to the south, whereas these they face to the
West.
they face to the west. One enters the temple through the flight of steps, that Chandani that we saw, that is, if you come, and then there is, in front of the temple, there is chandelier hanging in the vestibule. It is not in use now, so it is protected by red linen covers. A watchman keeps a vigil. Canvas screens, that is those days. This description is by M. So now things are not like that anymore. So you won't see a watchman keeping vigil on that chandelier. It is. Canvas screens are provided so that the deities do not feel inconvenienced by the sun in the western sky during noon. Passages left open between the rows of the columns of the vestibule are covered by the screens. Towards the southwest corner of the vestibule, there is a pitcher of Ganga water. Near the threshold of the door of the temple is a vessel containing Charanamrita. Charanamrita is after the worship, there is the water with which the feet of the deity is washed ceremonially. That water is kept in a small jar or pitcher or even a cup that devotees like to take a sip of it. Like after our worship on Sunday, the worship of Divine Mother Durga, there is a pitcher, a small cup is there, that or a bowl. In that bowl we have taken it out. One bowl is kept there and another bowl is at the back door. So you can take a sip of it to get the feeling that through that, as it were, the God is entering in us. It is that is the importance of that. So many times, this Charanamrita, it is called the nectar flowing from the feet of the Lord, as it were. So many times people take it in a bottle and then carry it to the home because they cannot actually come there every day. So they take a drop of it at their home because it is considered a very purifying agent. So that is this Charanamrita. So for a few days since Sunday it is here, so I keep on sipping it every now and then. So it is. Near the threshold of the door of the image is a vessel containing Charanamrita. Bhaktas come down before the deities and take some drops of it. Then there is this again long description about the southern temple is the beautiful, in the southern temple there is this beautiful image. Show the previous slide. This mother is called Bhavatarini.
Previous.
Yeah, previous to that, yeah. Previous to that. Previous, yeah. So you see this image, Bhavatarini. So this is, there are various aspects of Mother Kali. So Bhavatarini means the one who ferries us across this ocean of say sufferings. So that is the Bhavatarini. The floor of temple is paved with white and black marble, and the raised platform is furnished with steps. On the platform there is a silver lotus with 1,000 petals. On this lotus is Shiva lying down on his back with his head to the south and feet to the north. The image of Shiva is made of white marble. Upon his breast stands the stone image of this very beautiful three-eyed Shama Kali, attired in a Banarasi sari and her person decorated with jewels of many kinds. On her lotus feet are nupur, that is the anklets, then gujari, panchem, pajeb, that is, these are the different ornaments that are worn on the feet. So red china rose and leaves of bale. The pajeb is used by women of the West in Punjab. It was put by Mathur Babu at the special desire of Sri Ramakrishna. The mother's arms are adorned with bauti, the broad bangles, taviz, the armlet, etc., made of gold. The lower arm has the bala, flowery bangle, and pouch. In the middle arm she has a kada made of 2.5 round sections, taviz and baju. So these are all ornaments put on, gold ornaments put on the 2 arms, 4 arms actually. The last is with a hanging pendant attached to it. Round her neck she wears the golden check necklace made of 7 strings of pearls, another necklace of 32 gold strings, a chain of stars, and a golden garland made of human skulls. That is the speciality. And the other ornaments other women also wear. Have you seen anybody wearing a garland of human skulls as an ornament? Yeah, but that is Mother Kali's speciality. Although she is decorated with all this kind of dress as you see, she actually is depicted as the naked woman. She is dark naked woman and is the in a way a destroyer of this whole universe. Destroyer means what? The names and forms that form our awareness of this universe in ignorance, that is taken out and you see the truth. And the Maya is this name and form. They cover our eyesight and we do not see the truth. In fact, the Upanishads say that it is this dazzling Maya. Ishavasya Upanishad says that, see, it dazzles us. The charm and the glamour of this world. So, and that easily covers the nature of the truth. So, this mother takes it out and then we see the truth. So, the destroyer therefore appears to be for those who are not trained to see this, how the mother is to be seen, they feel rather scared, Mother Kali. In fact, many Westerners, they criticize Hindu religion because you worship this terrible thing. How can you worship such a demon-like figure? It is very strange for them to understand, but that is the real benevolence. That making the unreal looking pretty, what is the point, see the truth. That is the nature of the mother, that you see the truth. So, it is on her head she wears a crown and her ears are adorned with this kanabala, kanapash, gold earrings. All these are the ear ornaments. So it is so much of description about it that there is in the northeast corner of the temple is a unique bed. On it mother takes rest. On one side of the wall hangs a chamber. Chamber means that, a fan made of this special hair from the tail of a cow that is found only in the forest. So with that tail of that cow, this you can see in the on special worship days, or even on Sundays when Teresa does the arati, you can see that is called chamar, a special kind of fan. So it is. Then there are towards the northeast is a goose. On one of the steps leading to the platform is the image of Narayana installed on a small silver throne. That is called image of Narayana, but actually it is kind of a stone there. Narayana Shila it is called. So on one side of his is the image of Ramalala, the nickname of Ramchandra, made of 8 metals obtained by Ramakrishna. So it is, this is the description here that actually these are the things that were in Sri Ramakrishna's room. Because Sri Ramakrishna had that Ramalala. Then there is this Baneshwar Shiva. We have this in our worship also every day. There is the Baneshwar Shiva, on which all worship is offered. It is not a separate thing as such, but all worship is offered to the divinity represented by this Baneshwar Shiva. What is it? It is the condensation of the whole universe, as it were. It is all compressed in that little stone. So the idea is you worship the all-pervading divine principle by that. The mother would wash her face above in the temple. In the temple is a canopy. Behind the image is hanging a piece of beautiful Banarasi cloth. There are silver columns on all 4 sides of the platform. That is, you can see that, that there is this a kind of canopy made with the 4 pillars and a cloth. Very beautiful decorated cloth is put on that. So that is the temple is of medium size. Some of the gates of the vestibules are protected by strong doors. The guard sits near one of the doors with so many gold ornaments and all, so it is, So, then there is the Nat Mandir. Please show the picture of Nat Mandir. There is to the south is a beautiful and spacious Nat Mandir. Over the Nat Mandir are Mahadeva, Nandi and Bringi. Later 2 are attendants of Shiva. On the top you can see that Nat Mandir, the 2. If you look at the white image on the top, you can see that. So that is the part of the architecture of that. So 2 rows of very high columns stand north-south of the Nat Mandir and with a roof over them. To the east and west of the row of the columns are 2 portions of the Nat Mandir. at the time of festival worship, especially on the Kali Puja day, theatrical performances are performed in this Nat Mandir. So some these kids, they get this kid performance happens here. I remember when we went to this Kali temple from training center, about a large number of us had gone, about 80 were there. So there was, we performed the Sankirtanam and other singing on Mother Kali in this Nat Mandir that you are seeing. So then there is this store, pantry, guest house, place of sacrifice. I have not shown pictures of that, but then the description is here. I am skipping that. So and Nahabat, Bakultala Ghat and Panchavati, that I have kept reserved for the next class. So, but there is some other pictures there. Please go to the next one. And this we have seen, yeah. The main drama happened here, in this room of Sri Ramakrishna, where Sri Ramakrishna stayed from 1871 to 1885, not whole 1885. In 1885, later part, he was, because of the treatment of the cancer, he was shifted first to the house in Shampukur. That house also you can see now if you go, and it is now a branch of the Ramakrishna Mutt. And then to Kashipur, that also has later become the branch of the Ramakrishna Mutt. So, but he stayed here during all the time that M was coming to Dakshineswar to see Sri Ramakrishna. This was the room of Sri Ramakrishna. You will read the description that the small bed and the big bed. You see the two beds there. The bigger one was used for sleeping. The smaller one was used for sitting and talking to the devotees who would be sitting all around in the room. Those wooden bedsteads are this same that Sri Ramakrishna used. They still are just as they were. Maybe a little cleaning and polishing might have been done, but they are same. The beds that you see, the mattress and all that is changed. That mattress that Sri Ramakrishna used is no more there. In the first picture, that is a very old picture, that still might be as Sri Ramakrishna used. But then the new ones, no. It is because that mattress doesn't stay good for that long a time. Cotton and all that degenerate unless you specially preserve it. But this was not much well taken care of because this was under a different authority, not connected much with Sri Ramakrishna Mutt. And there was a legal case dispute that went on as to who is the owner of it. So, but later, now it is very well taken care of because there is a government administrator there, and they are well connected with Ramakrishna Mutt. Also, they take the advice of Ramakrishna Mutt authorities. So, but this is that room, and you will see the descriptions there that Sri Ramakrishna is facing towards east, or facing towards north, facing towards south. So these when you go there, you can see the different directions, and oh, it is not clicking. Okay.
Next.
Yeah, next one. Yeah. So this is on, as described here, the northwest veranda. Veranda is like a lobby, you know. Veranda is not a word much used in American English. It is a lobby or a hallway that it is. You can see there that Sri Ramakrishna's picture in the first picture of that. You will see the picture of Sri Ramakrishna to signify that that is how one would enter Sri Ramakrishna's room. Normally people coming from Kali temple, and they would come this way and go to Sri Ramakrishna's room like that. Now they have a kind of a bookstore, and somebody sits there giving information and so forth. So that is how the present that state is, that Sri Ramakrishna's room. And there is, please, the next one. And this is, no, the previous one, yeah. Yeah, this is the veranda on the other side, on the east side, northeast side of Sri Ramakrishna's room. It is just, there is the kuti that we will see, that building. It is in this veranda, Sri Ramakrishna was pacing up and down, and Mathur Babu saw him that as if going in one direction he is the Shiva, and in coming in the other direction he is Kali. So it is not for nothing that Mathur Babu had such intense devotion for Sri Ramakrishna. So this is on the just close to other side of that is the Nahavat, where you see in the picture lot of people there. That is that side of Sri Ramakrishna's room. There is where Holy Mother used to stay. We shall see those pictures, some of those maybe in the next Tuesday class. There are some couple of pictures more today to see. You know, this is what is called kuti. Kuti is where the owners of the temple and some their representatives used to live. Sri Ramakrishna lived here for 15 years and could have continued living there. But there was Akshay. He was staying there with him, and Akshay passed away. And Sri Ramakrishna felt so sad, he decided not to stay in that room anymore. So that room, it is Mathur Babu used to live in that room. When the you can see that earlier it used to look like that, the old picture. Then the new picture is also there, and there is the photograph of Sri there are 3 pictures of Sri Ramakrishna, photographs. He was while alive in body, he was photographed 3 times. There was no such camera clicking, you know. So otherwise he probably would have got a million photos. So this was, I think, the picture number 2, photograph number 2. The first photograph was at that Keshav Chandra Sen's that Kamal Kutir, where you see he raising his hands like that. So that is. And then the third is that we worship here. That is the Sri Ramakrishna's picture. That's this statue is installed in this kuti presently. So this is how the Dakshineswar looks. All these, as we read Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you will see these names, these words coming again and again. So M gives a very graphic description of every event so that we can see before our eyes of mind the event unfolding as it were. You can picture that it was what time it was, how Sri Ramakrishna was seated in that room, and who else were there. And in the course, Sri Ramakrishna says that I was coming from that kuti side, or from the Chandani Ghat, or I went to the other places like Jautala, where he used to go to relieve. So then there is the Bakultala Ghat, that is close to Azyu. Then there is Panchavati, and so forth. Many other pictures that we have not put today, but those names will come, and we have to make sure that when M reads, M has written the names who were there present, like Naren is present, Rakhal is present, Bhavanath is present, so many. Ram is there, Balram is there. So don't forget to add your name to the list. Add your name to the list. I was also there. And then feel the presence of being in the company of Sri Ramakrishna. That is how the message will come to us. The words will become then really alive and will become very, very intensely effective. Is there another picture? No. Yeah, this is another picture, This is the picture, this is probably the last picture. This is the west porch of Sri Ramakrishna's room. Here many times you will see the descriptions that it is Narendranath, when he came first, probably entered from this porch to see Sri Ramakrishna. So he used to stand here many times looking at the Ganges and so forth, or go out from this porch. So this is the porch that is described there. So these are the pictures and some description of that. So here and then there are the different ponds. Hans Pukur. Hans means the ducks. The ducks were there in that pond a lot, so it got the name. Then the cow shed and the horse stable and the flower garden. All that description has been given by M. And then there is a special mention of that veranda because many times the devotees would stay over for the night, and then they would sleep in this veranda. They would have some carpet or something, a mat, and they would sit and sleep into that. There is a veranda running to the east of Sri Ramakrishna's room, east, and then there is one on the west. It is a wing of the veranda faces the courtyard, that is to the south. Sri Ramakrishna often sat with bhaktas in this veranda and talked to them about the Lord and sang songs with them in the name of God. The other wing of this eastern veranda faces the north. In this veranda, bhaktas would come to him to celebrate his birthday with him and sing hymns with him. Moreover, at times he would sit and partake of prasad with them here. It was also in this veranda that Keshav Chandra Sen would come to meet him and converse with him for long hours like a disciple. They would enjoy themselves and sit together to partake of popped rice, coconut, puri, sweets, etc. It was also here that Sri Ramakrishna had gone into Samadhi at the site of Narendra. So, this is that veranda. That is how M has given description of this Dakshineswar. So, we try to take a peep at that. In the next class, we shall show some more pictures, some more description about this, but also we shall begin the reading of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna actually from next Tuesday. So, any questions about what we discussed? Okay, just a second. We shall, yeah. Okay, is there any question? Yes, please.
Who was Akshay and what was so special about him?
Oh, well, he was Sri Ramakrishna's nephew. Yeah, and Sri Ramakrishna loved him dearly. So, yeah. So, when he passed away, it was he left. So, any other question? There is one question on the web. So please read. You have to read it.
Okay, no microphone?
Oh, microphone.
I think maybe not necessary.
Maybe not necessary. Maybe, okay, maybe.
Yeah, this is from Fred Richardson. Do the original negatives and pictures of Sri Ramakrishna still exist?
Oh, well, they, sorry, I am not sure about it. Some negatives might be existing, but mostly the original negatives, I am more or less sure they don't exist. Yeah.
Swamiji, that camera is there in the Shampukur Bhati.
Oh, that
That camera, yeah.
with which the pictures were taken.
The Samadhi picture in the Radhakanto Mandir.
Oh, okay.
That
okay.
camera
that
is there.
camera is
That's
still
right, in
there.
Shampukur
Good
Bhati.
to know that. Yeah. That camera is there, but whether that original negative is there or not, because the picture that is now worshipped, that what you see in the back is actually 6 prints were made from the first that after the picture was taken. 6 prints were made, and one was with Holy Mother. That she was worshipping, and then there were some here, there. One was in Sri Ramakrishna's temple, in the old temple in Belur Math or in other places. So, but they all got faded, and the negative still was there, the original negative with which other prints were going to be made. But that those days, you remember, that was glass.
It was a glass, yeah.
Negative means that coating of that silver nitrate was put on the glass, and then that glass broke. Therefore, all those pictures were made with that broken negative, and so you can see, if you find a picture that is prior to 1950s. Actually, I have seen many places those reprints of Sri Ramakrishna's photo taken from that negative, and so you see a cut there. Sri Ramakrishna, a corner is cut, that corner was broken. So, but later on, most of the pictures were made from a photograph that was discovered in Pramadadas Mitra in Varanasi. So when he passed away, his property came to the Sevashrama there. So he had a lot of books. So in one of the books, one of those 6 original prints was there. And since it was inside the book, it was not affected by the light. So it was a nice photograph. So with that, by that the techniques had become very well developed. It was no more glass, but a film, a celluloid. So the new negative was made from that, and then with that almost all pictures that were then printed were from that. So that is kind of I don't think, Fred, we have any original negatives of that time, that the picture of Sri Ramakrishna, or these pictures were, see, those days nobody thought that this will assume such a big importance. So the pictures were not much preserved. Okay, then we shall conclude with our regular closing prayers.
Just press the button till it goes blank.
Red.
Keep pressing.
May the Divine, who is Father in heaven of the Christians, Holy One of the Jewish faith, Allah of the Muslims, Buddha of the Buddhists, Tao of the Taoists, Great Spirit of the Native Americans, Ahura Mazda of the Zoroastrians, and Brahman of the Hindus, lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May the all-loving being manifest himself unto us and grant us abiding understanding and all-consuming divine love. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. While going, you can all take a fruit kept out there, 1 or 2 fruits. There are some apples and oranges. So we are in the habit of confusing apples and oranges. So you can take that one.